Viewer discretion is advised. This archive contains disturbing material.
America has places buried deep in its heartlands, coiled in its mountains, and forgotten along its coasts. Places where the past is not a memory, but a constant, waiting presence. Places where the dead do not sleep. Tonight, we are not just telling ghost stories. We are giving you a guide, a survival manual for the supernatural. 5 entities, 5 rules. Break them, and you may not see the dawn. Number 5. The Silent Nurse of Waverly Hills Sanatorium, Kentucky. In the decaying grandeur of Waverly Hills, a place that echoed with a half-century of suffering, not all the staff found peace. One in particular remains on duty. They call her the Silent Nurse, a caregiver in life who succumbed to the very disease she once fought. But in death, she refused to leave her post. She is not violent, she is not loud. She is an observer, a harbinger. Her arrival is not sound. It is a sudden, tomb-like cold that drains every trace of warmth. It is the faint, sterile scent of carbolic acid, an antiseptic from a forgotten time. Then you will see her, a gray figure in an old nurse's uniform, perfectly still, in the deepest corner of a room or at the far end of a corridor. She will not move, she will not speak, she will only watch. But her silent judgment is a curse. Those who see her and show fear are marked. Their vitality fades, as if she has diagnosed them with a sickness of the soul. The rule is simple. Do not run. Do not beg. Stand your ground. Look toward her and calmly say, "Your shift is over, ma'am. You can rest now." She despises weakness, but she understands duty. Acknowledge the end of hers, and she will not end yours. Number 4. The Bride of Eternity Crossroads, Mississippi. In the Mississippi Delta lies a lonely stretch of highway where 2 county roads meet. The locals call it Eternity Crossroads, because if you drive it at the wrong time, you may pick up a passenger who never leaves. She was a bride in the 1950s, left at the altar. Heartbroken, she fled, speeding down these dark roads, blinded by tears. She never made it home. Now she waits. On moonless nights, drivers report a woman in a white wedding dress, tattered but beautiful, standing on the roadside, her thumb out. Her face, in the flash of headlights, is tragic and beautiful. But there is one absolute rule: do not stop. Because if you do, she will open the door. She will sit beside you, and the car will fill with the scent of rain and cheap perfume. She will stare straight ahead. She will not speak, not yet. For a mile you will drive in silence until you dare to look at her again. The face you see will not be the one you remember. It will be ruined, shards of glass, flesh torn and twisted by her final crash. And then her lipless mouth will open. She will ask one question: Will you marry me? Number 3. The Hat Man of the Stanley Hotel, Colorado. Some entities are not tied to one place. They are tied to fear itself. The Hat Man is one of them, a global phenomenon, but nowhere is he seen more often than in the haunted halls of the Stanley Hotel.
He is not a ghost. He is a parasite, a shadow that feeds on terror. It begins at night. You wake but cannot move. Your body is locked. Your voice is gone. Only fear remains. And then you see him at the doorway or standing at the foot of your bed. Tall, silent, featureless. A man-shaped shadow in a wide-brimmed hat and a long coat. A hole in reality itself. He does not attack. He only watches, draining you, feeding. The rule is willpower. You cannot fight him. You cannot scream. You must focus everything on one thing. Move a finger, a toe, anything. It will feel like lifting a mountain. But if you succeed, the paralysis shatters, the light returns, and he will be gone. Until he decides you are hungry again. Number 2. The inmate of Alcatraz, California. Alcatraz was a prison for the body, but for some, it became eternal. In D Block, the whole, one soul remains. In the 1940s, an inmate was thrown into cell 14D. What happened in there? No one knows. For a full day, guards heard his screams. Then, silence. The next morning, they found him dead. His face frozen in terror. Strange handprints around his neck. Today, visitors report a deep, unnatural cold from the cell. But the true horror is sound. It begins with a low moan, then desperate shrieks, then the violent clang of steel on steel, as if the spirit is tearing the door from its hinges. This entity is pure rage, pure despair, and it reacts to one word: freedom. Say it in D Block, and the silence ends. The cries turn to roars, and every cell door in the corridor rattles as if a riot has broken out among the dead. The rule is clear. Never say it. Not here, not in the hole. Number 1. The thing that howls in the Appalachian woods. Our most dangerous entity is not human. It is older, smarter, and patient. The Cherokee called it many names, but today we call it by what it does. It howls, but not like an animal. It howls with the voices of those you love. It is a predator of sound. It isolates you. It waits until you are lost, alone, desperate. Then it begins. Your wife's voice calling your name. Your child crying for help. The voice of your closest friend. It is perfect, flawless, designed to lure you deeper into the trees. There is one rule.
Never answer a voice you cannot see. Never follow it. If you believe it is real, test them. Shout a nonsense word. Basketball, spoon, tax evasion. A human rescuer will question you. What did you say? But the howler cannot improvise. It can only repeat. If you hear your own word echoed back, it is not them. Turn, run. Your life has just been saved.
He is still watching.